Okay, today what we're going to begin with is a picture of Mrs. Rao for a practice with your green screen photo. So this is the one that you're going to kind of play with. First of all, you should have opened up the email that I sent you with the photo of Mrs. Rao. Also, you have a program open that's called pixlr.com. Whenever you go to this, you can, let's make sure that you open up your email picture, then save it. When you save it, we're going to go ahead and save this one. We're going to go to File, Save, and when we save it, you'll notice that it comes up. This is the file name that it was originally gave by the camera, and we don't want that. This is going to be Pixlr Practice, and this is Mrs. Rao. So for this one, this is your Pixlr practice, and please make sure and title it your name. Also, we're going to say OK, and in this, please make sure that we are saving it to a consistent place, which is going to be on your computer H drive. And for your H drive, you're going to go right here to your computer H drive. And in here, you do need to make a new folder. Your new folder that you're going to be creating, please go ahead and make sure and title it Pixlr Greenscreens. I already have a few started, so I have some already in there. So I'm going to go ahead and save this one, and when I save it, very nice. Alright, now what we're going to do is go ahead and get started with our project. And for this one, we have the green screen. The reason for the green screen is to kind of have no background. You want a nice uniform color in the background. It could technically be any color, but green is the most common. So as you'll see here, we have a few problems though. Our problems come from there are different shades of green. We have some wrinkles in the background. We have some things that we don't want. Those wrinkles are going to be read differently. So we're going to start off by changing everything to a nice uniform green. So I'm going to use the color picker tool, and I'm going to pick a color of green. So this is my color of green that I have. I'm going to use my bucket tool, and I'm going to start painting the background a uniform color of green. So you can see that there's a couple different shades in here. So I'm going to go ahead and anywhere in the background that I see the green that changes, I'm going to go in here and kind of change my bigger ones. You can see that the smaller sections is not going to do you nearly as much good. You'll get some things done, but not as much. So I can use the bucket for a lot of the background. Now what you're needing to do is to go ahead and use your brush tool. The brush tool does come in all different sizes and different varying shapes in here. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one to begin with. I'm going to start off by doing some just general sweeping and cleaning in my background. So I don't need any of this. Any of this that is showing up right now, it looks like dirt on your screen or on your photo. It's going to show up later in your project, and those are going to be, if this was let's say a sky picture, which is going to be in a little bit, those would all look like pieces of dirt in the sky, and that's not what we're wanting. So go ahead and be careful about cleaning up. You know what, I got a little close to my shoulder. I can erase that hair right there. I don't need that. I am going to go ahead and start using a smaller paintbrush pretty soon. So I have all of this that's kind of being cleaned up and taken away. So now let's go ahead to my, let's choose a different paintbrush. So I'm going to use a much smaller paintbrush. And I also was playing around with this. I want to make sure that's all the way up to 100 if you had noticed that. I'm going to zoom in on my picture so you can see that whenever I zoom in, you can also use the square thing here to move around to different areas. So as you can see in here, because my hair was not completely gotten rid of because I was at 95%, not 100. It just kind of faded it out. You're going to need to go in here. You could probably use a little bit of a bigger paintbrush. It's going to be kind of a small paintbrush for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just real carefully take out more things in here. If you accidentally do something that you didn't want to do, there is an edit undo. So I can go back to kind of where I was a few minutes ago. Take some time to really do some cleaning up on your picture. This is going to take you a while to remove all of that green. Any of this green that is a different shade, a different color, is really going to throw off your picture whenever you go to put a background on it, because it's not going to be read by the background. This one I'm using is got soft edges to it. I want to go in and use a little bit of a harsher edge, a cleaner edge. You see where my hair is, oops, that's not going to work. Let's go back and undo that. You want to make sure that you are getting as close as you can to your items. You don't want to completely alter your image and mess it up. However, that looks like it was a little too much. Mrs. Rao is going to work on this. You guys don't have to watch all of this. I'll show you how to. Okay, I have gone ahead and taken out as much green as I can here, or as much visible green. Notice I've also gone into the hair. I kind of had to cut out some extra pieces of the hair, but it still looks pretty natural. Do remember to really zoom in on the picture. You can also use this to navigate around so that you can see different parts. Alright, so I want to get closer. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Next, what we're going to be doing is using your wand, and what we're wanting to do is to cut out the picture. So what we're going to start out with is, if I choose the picture, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the picture, what you'll notice is that it's trying to read different parts of my picture. So it are different parts of my picture that are the same color, and we don't want that, so we're going to go ahead and go to deselect that. The easiest way, what we've done is we have made a nice uniform green background. So this is how the green screen is going to work. So I'm going to take this, and I selected the entire background. So I used my magic wand again, and it's thinking about my line. Yep, there I go. You can see that I still have a few pieces in the background that I still could go back and use my bucket tool, or not my bucket tool, my brush, and go ahead and clean up some of those things. But let's go ahead and do this. So as you can tell right now, it has selected the entire green background. And once again, we don't want the green background selected. You can see that it's outlining all of the green. So what we're going to do up here is go up to Edit and go to Invert Selection. And all of a sudden, instead of highlighting all of the green, it's going to be highlighting all of Mrs. Rao. Yeah, you'll see that it changed from the background highlighting here. Now it's highlighting my shirt, and you'll see all of this. Now we do have a little bit down here. We'll get to that a little bit later. So next, what you're going to be doing is filing and opening up a well, let's go ahead, and we need to copy this first. So let's go ahead and copy this. And next, what we want to do is we want to open up a new image. So we have a new image, and let's title this one, this is still Pixlr Practice. This is still Mrs. Rao. You need to make sure and type in your name here. Watching the screen. Alright, so we'll type in Mrs. Rao. Let's go with, we'll make this our second one. We'll go ahead and say OK to that. Alright, next what we have here is, oh, you know what, whenever we open it up, you'll notice that it gave us a blank white background. We actually don't want that, so we're going to open up a different image. This one, I forgot to click this box right here. We need to make sure that it's transparent, because we don't want anything in the background. So let's go ahead and say OK to that. And here the grid pattern represents a transparent background. So now what we're going to do is we are going to paste in, and we have a picture of Mrs. Rao. So you can kind of play around with this. You can move it in different directions. It can be like zoomed in. If you wanted to crop it and do some different things to it, this would be your point that you could kind of play around with the image some more. Alright, next what we need to do is we need a photo, and for photo I wanted to make it look as if I am flying. So this is appearance of sky. I took this one, I went to Google, and I opened up the picture completely, not just looking at it through Google Images. Whenever it says view image, you want to click on it and open it up and view image. That way it's going to be a much clearer picture. So I have this, and I'm going to click on it and say save image as, and we're wanting to save this in the same place that you put your other photo. So our other photo from Pixlr, there we go, I was waiting for it to come up. Our other picture, we put it into your H drive, and it's going to be next to your project here. So I go ahead and I have that. I already saved it, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. Our next one that we have, we're going to go back to Pixlr, and in Pixlr we can file, open up your image. So we're going to go ahead and open up, we have that one saved. We're going to go ahead and open up, these are my other pictures. Let me go ahead and open up that other picture.